Do my tits look good in this? I miss the booze again. I'm sort of thin and I've got tits like David Icke and teeth like, I don't know. You see, they fall out when you go into the psychiatric ward. It's very stressful. You are a prisoner. You're trying to work out how to escape, what you've got to do. Nobody explains to you. Just take the drugs, then they're happy. They'll leave you alone. They don't explain what the drugs might do. Well, they sort of half explain. Do you want to speak to the pharmacist? And the how do I know what a drug? Even if they know what drugs do to most people, they don't know what it's going to do to me or you. You might have anaphylactic shock from, let's think of a drug that's popular at the moment. COVID vaccine, for example. They don't know that. I think they're giving people 15 minutes. So you get the jab, you've got to wait for 15 minutes to see if you die or not, or show signs, if you show signs of life and make no complaints, they let you out after 15 minutes. Obviously, some people will be in a hurry to get to do something, so they'll lie. Oh, I'm fine, doctor, I'm fine, nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with me, thank you very much, doctor. Do I owe you anything? Oh, a clap. Are you NHS or private? We work for the NHS. Everybody does, we're heroes. We're heroes. We work for the NHS. We work heroes. The hospitals are full. The doctors are putting things in the Guardian saying how stressful it is and what a terrible job it is. And if only had more money, it will be so much less stressful and people will stop dying. And, it's shroud waving, isn't it? It's shroud waving. It's a story to bank some money out of the taxpayer. And it's easier to bank the money out of the taxpayer and take 10% as it passes through your hands to decorate your palace at Westminster and, split up the goodies. Bit goes down the mall to the boss, bit goes to the guards on the door and the police to make sure that the peasants, if they revolt, 622, that is 2 3s are 6, so that's 3 322 you could do if you wanted to. And then, so that is a skull and bones number. You might say, come on, you're cheating, you're hallucinating, you're making things up. But I mean, you can see, well, it depends where you are, but it's 0622 where I am. And, well, we can have a discussion about this, can't we? Just because the computer says it's 622, and I've come to assume and rely on the computer that it is 622, I assume that's the time. Do they do the speaking clock still? I think they make you pay for it. They should have you can click on the clock and you will get, and on the third stroke, it'll be 6:23 and 30 seconds. And then it'll go to, I don't know, was it every 15 seconds or every 10 seconds, the talking clock? I don't know. Is it the same woman who does the buses? Is it the guy who does the Tesco checkout? Imagine doing that. Imagine the influence you have on the world. The vibration of your voice talking back to you. That's another thing, you see, at the, even the park, Burgess Park, it's got talking tree, talking bench. You scan it's not a barcode, it's what it is, a square one. It loads your app, I suppose, and then it says, hello, I'm a tree. Who are you? And you say, John, and, I don't know how sophisticated it is, whether it's linked up to, who's the adrenochrome? Peter Thiel's network or CIA network or the server in Frankfurt network or the Five Eyes or, but basically, even when you unhook it from the network or think you have, you've sort of switched off the Wi-Fi and stuck it in a Faraday cage and whatever else you do to cut yourself off from reality. I've lost my sentence, doesn't matter. It'll either not. Oh, lost my sentence. Talking of sentences, who shall we convict first? Okay, I guess we just do the same principle. I put myself forward for conviction. If anyone thinks they've deserve more convictions than I've got, or can demonstrate that they already have, then they can claim the record for most convictions or most firm convictions. The way Jeremy Corbyn's brother is going, Piers, at the moment, he will be the candidate to beat. But at the moment, it's a simple task. If you've got more convictions than me, you are a finer person than I am, because you stood up for yourself and were prepared to get steamrolled for exercising your God-given freedoms. No, you all say, well, Jack, let's take Jack, for example. I've invested a lot in Jack over the years. He's had bailiffs around. He's had, what else? What were the bailiffs around? He was going to be free and come down to my spare room, and cook and clean for me and be absolute wonderful. I thought, well, a leopard doesn't change its spots. The scorpion won't sting the frog halfway across the river. He'd get drunk and fight. And, hopefully it'll be outside the house, but if that's too much trouble to go out and pick a fight, he might pick it with me because he's drunk. He doesn't know what he's doing. Maybe he's had malware installed. You see, he had a bad childhood. I don't know the details. Beaten, raped, neglected. Basic stuff. That is the reason he's in prison. Or is it the reason? Other people, I'm sure, have been beaten, raped, and neglected as children and are not in prison. Some of them turn out really well. They're running banks and, they went the other way. Go and see Blood Brothers. Or don't. Twins split at birth. One's adopted by a rich, wealthy family. One stays with the mother because she thinks she can only afford to look after one. You can say, well, why didn't she get a job? Why didn't she get a husband? Why did she get pregnant in the first place? What caused the twins? We don't know. You just got to do the setup, wind it up, and off it goes. And ends in tragedy, I suppose. So which one turns out the good one, which turns out the bad one? I don't remember. I assume the one who had the tough time turned out trumps, and the one who had bed of roses started running banks and ending up killing people, I think, possibly by mistake. I don't know. Look it up if you're interested. Blood Brothers, musical, excellent musical, very revealing, which is what musicals are there for. Harry Potter. Oh, well, I've landed on him. Let's see what he's got to say. A series of 7 fantasy novels written by British author J.K. Rowling. The novels chronicle the lives of a young wizard, Harry Potter, his friend Hermione, and Ron Weasley, all of whom are students at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. That's what we want. We want schools of witchcraft and wizardry. And if that doesn't grab the children's imagination, virtually nothing else will. The main story arc concerns Harry's struggle against Lord Voldemort. Well, obviously, Voldemort represents something or many things. A dark wizard who intends to become immortal, overthrow the wizard governing body known as the Ministry of Magic, and subjugate all wizards and muggles, non-magical people or non-playing NPLs, NLPs, something like that. So absolute power is reasonable request, don't you think? Why spread the power around? They don't know how to use it. They wouldn't appreciate it if they had it. They're muggles. This is racism, basically, in Harry Potter. You've got the Slytherin lot, led by, who was the one with white hair? And Dobby as a servant in the family. Anyway, him. Good versus, it's the old story, good versus bad. Who's going to win this time? Who do you want to win? Do you think that he deserves to win? Are you supporting the white hats or the black hats? Are the white hats the black hats or the black hats the white hats? Who's taken over whom? Who traded the other side most successfully? Basic stuff. How do you get to rule the world? Well, obviously, Arsenal Williams, because he did it. Oh no, he's when we rule the world. I think it was ruled. RULE, the world. Is it when we rule or when we ruled? When we ruled. Okay, so he's done it already in his imagination. Coldplay. Do you want to try Coldplay? I think we might. Rule the world. So that's rule the... interesting. The second choice. Okay, first choice and second choice. Coldplay. And then lyric video by Dude Perfect. He's had 3.9 million views. Actually, he's had most. Okay, we'll look at him first. He's had most views. It's a guide. It's an imperfect guide, but it gives you some idea of which way the public is voting. If only... Hey, it's an advert for Meatless Farm. Make it Meatless. Meatlessfarm.com. Okay, let's have a look at that. If I click on this, will it open See More? Copy VRL. Maybe I just click on the thing. Let's see what happens there. Meatless Farm. Yes, it opens. Did it open a new window? Use cookies. Will you get the Cookie Monster decline all? You see, I don't trust them. I know they're up to no good. Win a Meatless Mega Bundle. First name. That's clever, isn't it? So you see, it all looks like meat. Tell them, you don't want fake meat. Eat an apple. Eat the grass. Make your own meat. Be the meat you want to be. Be the lump of lard you want to be. First name, let's see if it'll fill in for me. No, it won't. Who do you want to be? Let's be myself. Seems worked all right so far. Michael John. Most important, John. In fact, I'm thinking of dropping my first name. Harden, Hardern. Email. how do I get rid of these? I've got a misspelt email, and it's trying to offer it as a choice. Okay, I can put my own email in, the Michael Harden 2003 at yahoo.co.uk, or I can put in the Duke Salonia at protonmail.com, or I can put my third secret email address. Let's do the Duke Salonia at Proton Mail, because I think, thank you for signing up. Thank you for our newsletter. Meet this thing, You see, I could open a meatless shop in the front there. Put a fridge in, or a freezer, or whatever you need, and check out the recipes. Let's send this to Vanessa. If she hasn't seen this, Vanessa needs to see this. Vanessa's the chairman of the annual, is she chairman? I think she's everything, basically. I'm tempted to make a donation. Let's do a £10 donation, Vanessa. I've already joined elections. I don't know if she ever stood for election in her own party, but she got it's afloat, on the tarmac, waiting for take. Need to contact Vanessa. She's probably sick to the back. So where's their contact? I've got it, you see, in my find out more. No contact. You see, they've got nobody to answer the emails. It sounds the same as everybody else. Oh, look, there's a happy pig with the baby. Isn't that lovely? Happy to everyone who backed our project and helped make it happen. What was their project? I didn't know we had a project. When's the last news deadline? 31st of January, to express an interest in being a candidate for Animal Welfare Party. Express Animal Welfare Party. Find out more. I think you've got to fill in a form to we'll find out more. If I'm really bothered about animal welfare, I'd fill in a form, wouldn't I? I mean, stop being a fucking wimp. Now it's open somewhere. Oh, yes, I was here. Where's my music? Jason, let's see what you've got to say. This is Jason Goodman, Crowdsource the Truth. He's one of my go-to men. Obama is Libya model being used here in US. I mean, they're an odd couple. They seem to be specialists in Libya. She seems earnest. He seems a bit. Jimmy and Joanne Moriarty. Experts in, and that everybody here, everybody around the United States is beginning to get a sense of. It appears that Obama's Libyan model is being used right here on the streets of the United States of America. How are you guys doing tonight? Great, JC. Oh, look at Jimmy. Fabulous moustache. What moustache wax do you use? Never mind that. Are you watching this now? You open Crowdsource the Truth. Jason Goodman, is Obama's Libya model being used here in the US? You're coming in here with false passports and names and being set up immediately with bank accounts and cars and everything, and that's happening here. And so Obama said he needed a 3 million man army in the United States to counteract the other powerhouses here. Paraphrasing. Well, it turns out there's more than 2 million now of these Hessians trained by the CIA in 796. And after English was given out, they were given new names, new Libyan visas, new Syrian visas, new Yemen visas.
shipped in the United States, where they were funded with bank accounts of $1 million to $2 million each, and they were states.
4 million times a million, that's 4 billions. Well, that's nothing, is it? Hillary spent that on getting elected.
For sure. Nissan dealership in Florida, and huge used car dealership. They buy every used car they get in the auction because they got people constantly flying in. They put them in a used car and off they go, So and it's also true, Jimmy, that they can use these used car dealerships to log out of money. You can sell it there for a lot less than it's worth, or a lot more than it's worth. Yeah, but I don't think, Jason, that's not even a problem with them, because they have so much money generally in the system. They can reach over $500 billion from money. That goes a long way. And yes, there's a lot of drug money and other money, but I think most of that money is used to buy and sell arms and stuff like that. They trade this good for that good. But here in the United States, they're not buying anything. They're being supplied weapons and explosives and training, and they buy intelligence agencies right here. Right. And when we saw these mercenaries in Libya with flag pits and stuff like that, I saw them loads yesterday, and these goons completely backed down in the latest urban attack gear. Where the hell did they get it? Because that's military hardware. And if you go try to buy an armor, that's very expensive. But if you try to buy a complete suit, when you start getting the arms, your back, and your legs, and the helmets, and the shields, and all this other stuff,
Sorry.
about a hell of a lot of money. And they have to be qualified to get them too. You can't just, nobody can, not any person can go buy them right here. Yeah. Some of it, but Jason, there's a whole bunch of it that's top-rank military stuff. Now there's a bunch of it that does look homemade, but I guarantee you the core criminals, they got the padded helmets, they got the shields that are made of Lexan, they got body armor, lead armor, everything.
This is good.
When they brought these mercenaries into Libya, they started to bring them in about 6 months before, and the Libyans were saying, these people are coming out, we don't know who they are. But they armed them, and they put these kind of weapons on them, they armed them, and they had Blackwater, or CIA.
You see, on YouTube, follow your interest and trust the algorithm. You see, although... And watch person of interest. Fabulous. James Caviezel and something or other.
Collusion from criminal governors and mayors, things like that. And the police are actually in place to protect the rioters, Antifa. That's cool. They're militants. Yeah, they're not protesting anything. They won the election supposedly in their minds. So, they're not. What are they protesting? Nothing. What happened in Libya is they shut off the internet to anybody who's putting out the truth. They shut it off. They had to move from one hotel to another to even get on the internet again. Jason, you've been suffering from that for how many months or a year or whatever it is? Yeah. So, they've been doing it. Now they're accelerating.
Oh, you see, burner phones. Get a burner phone. It'll take a while for them to match your browsing history. Not long, actually. To your new phone, and it has a IP address, you see, I guess. Oh, but you know you're hooked up to your...
Yeah, they're mercenary invaders. Put in there are the people that want to control Libya and steal money from them. And they broke the streets. They look like these guys who are a little bit rougher when they carry AK-47s on them. On every street, people have freedom to shop. If a shop want to be a pro-Gaddafi or a pro-press government person, they'll be arrested. They'll be put in jail. As has been threatened by these criminals who are supposedly put into office. We're going to find every Trump supporter. We're going to make sure they get fired. We're going to take things away from them. We're going to kill them. We're going to chop them up. these things and just, how do you censor the
FEMA camps, you see.
Who gave you the power to do that? Yeah, but this is one of the most troubling things. I mean, not to quote Twitter over physical violence against people and stuff like that, but what this represents, a 40-year-old Trump who runs a company not just a few years ago, it was like a stupid game essentially on the phone. Now has expressed to the right that they have power over the ability of the President of the United States to communicate with the people. To me, this right here cannot be allowed to stand. Forget about Donald Trump. This is against the office of the President of the United States. I think Twitter is an enemy of the United States and should be shut down. Absolutely. But Jason, I want everybody to really grasp this fact that this is not about Trump. This is about the liberty and heart and soul of America and the people. This is Trump is the guy that we're all focusing on, but the truth of the matter is, this is happening to us. And we're having our liberty shredded. We're having our lives threatened. We're having all our liberties taken away from us. And any of us that are not willing accomplices within the safeness, we're going to be put to death or strung up and put on a bus and trying to get every violent gun